So giving you more frequent updates, and I want to continue at least twice a week. We'll see how it goes, right? Whenever I get the chance. But now it's super crucial. I couldn't not come live today because, yeah, as you see in the market, we're still like, I feel like we're at the final point of, it's hard to call the exact bottom, but I feel like we've already hit the local bottom. Whenever Bitcoin wicked below 88K was 87 and change, a few days ago. But I feel like that was the local bottom. Now we're in that kind of like final retest, doubt, fear phase of like, oh, okay, like was that 90? It hit the 97K shortly before that, and then it's kind of retested. Was that like a big fake out? Are we going to go lower? Blah blah blah. I mean, I'm not saying that, but that's what you might have heard on social media, and I'm here to say, hell no. I mean, yeah, you can hold me to this if I'm wrong. I don't think I will be. But please, give me a thumbs up if you agree with me. If you think I'm wrong and you think we're gonna go below 87K on this, in the very short term, let's say over the next couple days or couple weeks, if you think we're gonna go below 87K, give this a thumbs down or comment why. Or comment what your prediction is. I would love to hear it. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. But yeah, it's not just me saying this. It's a couple of my very favorite analysts, so I follow actually more than a couple. More or less, they're all agreeing. This is pretty much it. I mean, in the end, even if let's say we did go lower, we would I really couldn't see it going much lower than like the 87. Maybe it goes to 86K, whatever. I don't think we're going to go any significant amount lower, again, in the short term. So we are literally poised for the next couple weeks of upside. We've kind of gotten through that final, or we're getting through it. Like we're almost at the end of getting to the final washout. And it's just, it's not just like TA and sentiment, but it's also, if you follow the new moon, full moon, new moon, astrological, indicators that, okay, I'm not saying, astrology is a whole nother can of worms, but it's certainly more, whether you believe in all that shit or not, you have to admit that if you turn on TradingView chart, look at the new moon and full moon chart, you can just like type in like, I don't know, full moon, new moon, BTC or something, and you will see it's far more than coincidence, right? So however you want to explain it, scientifically or astrologically, it doesn't matter. The point is, it's undeniable that the facts are in that typically on, the new moons, is it like, I forget what, like new moons, I think we go down to full moons and we go up the full moons, whatever it is. Hey, thanks for swinging by. We already hit that low okay, I believe it was the new moon from a couple weeks ago or 10 days ago ish. And now we're going to go up into the full moon the first week of February. And I keep saying the same thing. I'll say it again. Hey, feel free to ask me a question, by the way, since you got me live here. I'll stream for like maybe 10 minutes, give or take. So, we're just hanging out. This is very informal. But yeah, meanwhile, I'll just keep talking. So yeah, I really feel like we're at the final point, that final, trampoline goes down, you're like down, and we're about to spring up, okay? And into at the very least, and I was telling this to some friends and family, like if you have any cash whatsoever, now is an amazing time. Even if you just wanted to play it super short term, you buy now and you sell in the first week of February. I would say within the first 10 days of February. I think there's a very, very, very real chance if you just like stick to like, the top 20, the blue chips, you can buy XRP, you can buy DOGE, you can buy, buy Bitcoin Cash, whatever your favorite is, Stellar Lumens, the tried and true, cryptos. I mean, other ones will probably do better, but it's a very safe, let's say 20 to 40%, right? And that's pretty good for a conservative buying in the top market cap coins. You're not expecting some like super like life-changing gains, but for it within a couple, say 2 to 3 weeks max, to get 30% plus, I think it's a pretty good deal. So that's what I'm telling as many people as I can. I'm putting this out here on my live stream. Say, the non-financial advice is what I'm doing, and what I'm telling, again, everyone I know, is saying if you have any money at all, just like stick to the blue chips. You can't go wrong with those. And yeah, and plan on selling like after the first week of, or within the first week of February, probably Worst case, like middle February, okay, it's still not too bad. And you're going to make a nice 20 at the low side, 20 to 40, maybe 50% even on some of them. But even, yeah, just like saying an average of 30%, that's a pretty like no-brainer standard thing. Now, if you want to hold on longer, you want to just wait till the summer, then you can expect your 500 and 1,000% gains. That's also another prediction that we're going to hit the real alt season that we've all been waiting, that we didn't get in 2025. That's going to happen this summer, maybe June, July, August, something like that. Okay, but I'm just talking about even more shorter term, because you guys are like me, you've been just like sitting on these bloody bags and you just need to have some cash. You got to pay the bills, you got to live life and buy, expenses, whatever. Yeah, man, this is a really great opportunity to do it. Super short term, super low risk. Again, just buying the blue chips. I just can't stress that enough. So, by the way, give me a thumbs up and a like. A thumbs up and a like. It's the same thing. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you appreciate what I'm doing here. Again, I just do this out of the goodness of my heart, because I really feel like there's so much opportunity out there. Now, when everyone's looking at the precious metals market, gold's hitting new all-time, silver's hitting new, whatever. Silver broke 100 the other day, and like it's insane. I mean, it's great for, and I do a little bit, like not as much as I would like, but I'm very thankful for what I have, and it's great for those people that have been sitting on the metals. Amazing. But for people buying in now, this is like the worst possible time, when they're already starting to go parabolic, right? When we have cryptos, like blue chip cryptos, DOGE is a perfect example. XRP, I mean, what, below $2? Let me check on the price of, what is XRP right now? I have Binance pulled up on my, XRP, wow, $1.88. XRP is at $1.88. And I'm saying within 2 to 3 weeks, it's probably going to be well above 250. I would say maybe 270, 280, maybe even spike to $3. That's pretty good. I mean, let's just say even if it's $2.30, I mean, that's still good. Much better than you're going to make probably within the same time at gold or silver, especially now. So yeah, not saying, okay, precious metals, it's a whole nother can of worms. In the long term, they're super, like the safest no-brainer out there is to get gold, silver, platinum, because I think, by 2027, 2028, I could certainly see another few X's added to the precious metals. But now, when they're all over the news, they're hitting record highs every day, now is like the worst time to get metals. And instead, look at the stuff that's down, bloody, beaten, no one wants to even talk about it, is cryptos, especially, I mean, basically any crypto, but especially like the blue chips, altcoins, I mean, even Ethereum, right? Ethereum is, what is it, under the $3,000 again? What is ETH? Let's see. ETH is, yeah, under 3,000 again, $2,925. Like, wow. I mean, if you want to have as little risk as possible, with a little bit more upside, I would say, than Bitcoin, I would just buy ETH. Like, again, plan on selling in 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, that's not bad. You're not going to make maybe quite as much as you would, let's say, in like XRP or Doge, but still, I mean, I'd see ETH. I could easily see it going, 20, 30% from here, maybe even more, 35%. It could hit 4K, but I could see ETH hitting 4K in February, early February. So yeah, man, like that's, I don't know what else to say about that. So I'll just kind of end this video. So that's my short-term prediction. Really, like, this is some of the best odds out there right now. I wish I had more cash. That's all. I wish I had more cash to throw in. I'm already on loans. I've already like put in more than I should have put in, just because it's so irresistible, the value out there in crypto. But now I'm going to end this video. And by the way, I really appreciate it, guys, for the love you're giving me. If you give me a thumbs up, really would love that. And now I'm going to go into, feel free to ask any questions while I'm still here. Otherwise, if you don't, I'll just go into mentioning my top holds. And then I'll kind of end on that. Okay, so my top cryptos that I'm personally holding. I mean, I'm way over diversified. So don't do what I do, kids. Don't do this at home. But I'm just telling you what I have the largest bags of. So these are my highest conviction plays that I believe in the most over, the next few weeks to, well, let's say this year, at least this year. And I'm planning on dumping most of them in the alt season that I really believe we're going to get in the summer. But at least till then, I think these will do really well. And I'll start with the higher risk stuff. Why not? Those are fun to talk about. Because now these will probably be later movers, or yeah, gaming coins, metaverse, what have you. Those typically move. They do the crazy shit like later on towards the end part of the bull run. Yeah, so let's see. The blue chips of those are Mana. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, Mana, Sand, right? Those are the two original of the very first metaverse cryptos. So those are like, they've been doing total shit because a lot of gaming coins have been, except for Axie has woken up. AXS, that's done a nice job of waking up recently. So these are sure to follow. But yeah, don't expect anything too insane until later in the year. So Sand, Mana, GALA, those are some of my largest holds in gaming metaverse. Okay, now let's go on to like the larger cap blue chips. I've got, as I mentioned many times in the last videos, just because these are like the safest no-brainers, risk to rewards. If you don't want to get too many of them, you just want to stick to the safest proven shit. XRP, XLM, DOGE, to a slightly lesser extent, but almost on the same level as XRP and XLM is HBAR. Okay, so those are all HBAR, XLM, XRP. Those are all ISO 222 coins. They typically move together, led by XRP. XRP will usually like set the lead the charge, and then XLM and the others will soon follow. Algorand, if you want a slightly higher risk to reward, Algorand's a smaller market cap, but it's also an ISO 222. I have a smaller bag of Algorand, just because again, it's like higher risk, higher reward. But that's also been around for many years, really good tech, and it should do really well when things recover. But if you just want to buy one, I would stick to XRP. It's like, again, the first in class. It's the biggest market cap. It's, was it, number 3 market cap of all cryptos now. So yeah, so Doge, again, Doge is like the OG, everyone knows, the original meme coin. If any meme coin will do well, it's going to be Doge, and that typically sets the pace. And then SHIB will follow, and other ones. It's a million other meme coins nowadays. But if you want to just buy one and forget about it, you can sleep well at night, you get Doge. All right. What else? Now, Bitcoin Cash is one of my favorites. That's like kind of the sleeper that, people have forgotten all about, and no one really, it's not like the sexy one, but it has, it's also been around one of the longest, the original, notice a pattern here. I'm talking about the original stuff, the tried and true, proven stuff that has not gone away over the years. So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, Bitcoin Cash, the original fork of Bitcoin from 2017, I think it was, or 2018. But anyway, that's not going away, and that, it's just a better technology than Bitcoin. It's faster, cheaper to send, and it also has a very high, it's in the top 20. It has a very strong community behind it. So, and the chart is insane, dude. Like, just look at Caesar Crypto, just on YouTube, like type in CZAR Crypto and BCH, and he does very regular updates on that. And he's also a big proponent of Bitcoin Cash. If you're curious to learn more, greetings. Oh, hey, greetings from India. Hey, I would love to visit India. I don't get too much on a tangent. I mean, I know it's like a huge country, but the rest of my family went there. I didn't get the chance to. I love your food though. Like any kind of curry dish is amazing. Also dosa. Hey, I'm pretty good, man. Dilray, thanks for swinging by. How are you doing? How you doing? And I was saying now, welcome. Yeah, sounds good. I will receive you. Appreciate that. Yeah, cook me something delicious, please, and I will eat it on camera. I don't know how that would work logistically, but I would do it anyway. Yeah, guys, I was saying while you have me here live streaming, feel free to ask any questions. Sure. About, like I said, any kind of crypto type questions. I'll do my best to answer it while you've got me here. Otherwise, I'm going to finish up, like I said, my top holdings for what I believe in I have the most faith and conviction in, or at least this year, right? So at least by the summer. Chicken, mutton, curry, and biryani. Ooh, you're making me hungry. I haven't eaten for a few hours, so maybe better not talk about that now because I'm getting really hungry. So yeah, where's that? Bitcoin Cash. Litecoin, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like so sick of fucking Litecoin. Is like, again, it's super OG, like it's been around forever. It's kind of in the same category as Bitcoin Cash. Is like, kind of a old school currency type coin, also built with the Bitcoin code, and it's not going away. It's been around forever. And it's actually, I think it's some of the most merchant adoption of all cryptos, which is kind of funny because like who talks about Litecoin? Like the price action has been very boring. But hey, you could say the same about Zcash and Dash. Those were super boring, and everyone kind of gave up on those. And then out of nowhere, they just went crazy. So Litecoin, along with Bitcoin Cash, will have its day in the sun. So I'm just holding Litecoin. I'm not super interested to buy more. But bro, is this a good time to invest in XR? Oh, thanks for the question, by the way. So I'll read it out loud. So someone, Dilraj, elevate you as is this a good time to invest in XRP, HBAR, and XLM? Stellar, please suggest. Yeah, so maybe you missed the, like, just a few minutes of my video. I was just saying, I'm telling you, these are, I mean, I can't give financial advice. I'm telling you what I personally have the most faith and conviction in. And I actually just mentioned all those. Yeah, so maybe you didn't see that part, as those are some of my largest holds, so for sure. And if you want to, like, again, depends on your like how large your portfolio is, right? Because for a lot of people, it actually makes sense not to over diversify. So you could even just, like, if you just wanted to buy one and just like set it and forget it, and you don't have to like track so many different coins, you could just buy XRP. Although personally, for new money, I mean, you could almost do the same. I think XLM, because it's a slightly smaller market cap and it typically moves at the same time, or like right around when XRP moves. Maybe if you want to take a little bit, I mean, it's not much of a higher risk. XLM is like a nice sweet spot. HBAR is even a little bit smaller of a market cap. So maybe you'd even have a little bit more, I don't know, upside. I mean, they're going to be roughly moving around the same time, pretty comparable. I mean, if you want to diversify, sure, you can get all, like I said, I have all three. So it depends on your budget as well. Like if you have like a lot of, funds to put in, yeah, why not get all of them? But yeah, those are all, and the technology is really great, and they all have very strong communities. They're not going away anytime soon. They've been around for years, all that stuff. So yeah, those are all great. ONDO Finance, ONDO offered great things, also great tech. I just never jumped on that train. Not to mean that it's not a good coin. And I think if you wanted to like get one of that, what the category would say like is a layer 1, layer 2 kind of thing, I think ONDO is also one of the top coins. My personal choice is it's been around a little bit longer, and I just have more experience with it. I got Avalanche, so I kind of put those in the same category. I'm not saying one, I don't know which one will do better or worse, but those are both like, they both have great communities, great technology. Avalanche, I know, does a lot with gaming, and obviously DeFi, but okay, ONDO is DeFi too. But yeah, just because I don't know, I've just been investing in Avalanche for longer. I'm more used to it. I have Avalanche, but yeah, ONDO is also a good one. What do you think about super cycle in 2026? Super cycle in 2026. By the way, if you want to give me a thumbs up as a thank you for answering this question, that's all I ask, a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, that would be awesome. So yeah, I work, I slept myself up for thumbs ups. It sounded funnier in my head. Okay, I can't talk. Like I said, I'm hungry. You made me hungry for these delicious Indian food dishes. Like that. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That really means a lot. Okay, so super cycle. I don't know how you first of all would define super cycle. But what I will say though is I feel very, very, very strong conviction that we're going to get a really nice alt season by the summer of this year, especially because we didn't get it last year. I, along with many others, like professional analysts, thought we'd get it in 2025, and we didn't. So because of that, I mean, it got pushed back a year. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So it's got to happen this year, right? So now, as far as a super cycle, I don't really know how you define that, but I just think we're all going to be very happy by the summer, financially, for anyone who's been holding on to bags. That'll be the time to unload them. And now I'm not saying CZ said in Bitcoin, man, a super cycle coming. Yeah, I mean, so if you mean CZ, do you mean like Cesar gets crypto? Is that who you mean by CZ? Because he says a lot of things, and I love his style, I love his energy, and I watch his videos a lot. But I mean, he's hasn't been right. I mean, and I like his TA actually, but like anyone, no one's perfect. So I don't know exactly what he said, but I'm just telling you what I said, what I think. Binance CZ. Oh, okay, right on. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, maybe like I said, in the end, it doesn't really matter. Like all we care about right now is like, at least for me, is like super short term, next few weeks. early February, we're going to get at least a short-term, maybe a short-term top. We're going to move up till then. And then maybe we, February, March, April, like we have some like short-term bottom. I do think we're going to get one final washout after that. Let's see, after we break 100K. So we're going to break 100K. That's my prediction in February. And not just me, but other analysts are saying that above it. And then that's where everyone jumps on, oh, this is it. Oh, we're going to the moon, blah, blah, blah. And then we're going to get that final washout. I'm going to pay off all my loans and like, sit on some stable coins. We're going to final washout in February, March, then have the final run up for real run up into at least maybe starting in like, I don't know, April, May, and then going, into the summer where we get really a lot of money. That's the hope. Do we get 5x moves and all this? Yeah, dude, I say 5x at least, right? At least. 5x in the blue chips like XRP and it's like the more conservative larger caps, and some of the gaming coins and shit like the smaller caps, those of course are more unpredictable, less of a sure thing, but those I think a lot of those will do more than a 5x. Yeah, so yeah, if you sell that at 500, like XRP, like what I'm saying, so let's use XRP as an example just to throw out like some rough numbers because everyone kind of knows XRP is now just under $2. And I think we're going to get at least $10, probably above that, in the alt season of this year. So that's a 5x right there, $2 to $10. Boom, 5x. If you want to be safe, you could start selling even before that. After you get a 4x, you take out at least half your investment, whatever, however you want to play it. We'll talk about that a lot more when we get closer to that. We're still far away. But yeah, it's going to be a really good time. So that's what I'm saying. You're going to get a much better ROI investing in crypto right now than precious metals. If you want to hold like just for profit taking and you want to like keep it in something that's not going to like devalue, through inflation, et cetera, like the dollar, US dollar, which has done total shit. The US dollar has been like the worst investment over the last couple of years, ironically. But yeah, the metals are great for that. Because I said, I think 2027, maybe 2020, definitely by 2028, they're going to be much higher than they are now. But to me, that's very long, 2 years is a very, very long term. So yeah, that's kind of a longer term, like, okay, maybe after, and we'll talk about that later in the summer, but after our altcoin run up and we're at the point where like ready to take profits, let's say July, August, whatever, then, maybe parking some of those profits to hold over the next couple of years in gold or silver. That would be a great time to do it. But right now, man, like crypto is where it's at, if you want to get the most bang for your buck. So yeah. Sell target $7 is great. Yeah, for I guess you mean XRP, right? I think that's very that's conservative, I would say. Again, we're talking about once we not now, but like once we get into the alt season. If you want to even like take out, the large, maybe you keep like a small bag, 10% or 20% of your bag and like wait for like $9 and sell the rest, or like $11, $10. Why not? But yeah, I mean, I think if you wanted to sell them a lot of it at 7, why not? Like do whatever. I mean, or fuck it, sell all of it. Then you're still going to be, assuming if your average price, even if your average price was at $3, whatever what was the all-time high of XRP? Was it around 3 or above 3? It doesn't matter because you still would have more than doubled your money. So yeah. Is there any correction coming in gold, silver, metal? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I definitely would not. Oh, this has already gone on longer than I thought, but it's okay. I'm enjoying it and I appreciate you asking the questions, so I'm happy to answer them. I mean, I can't say too much longer, but a few more minutes. So yeah, precious metals. Long term, like I said, they're going to go much higher. That's undeniable because there's so many uses for it now with AI tech and being used. And I mean, I don't know all this stuff, but I've heard from different sources that they need silver. It's important for lots of industrial uses, and gold is gold, and even platinum is the most, actually, like much rarer, and that'll do well. But okay, but I'm going off. My point is those will do very well longer term. Shorter term, I would not touch those. Like, would not put any. Let's say I would not put any new money into those right now if I wanted to like actually make ROI. Like for like long term storage, long term being 2 years ish, 2-3 years, 4, great, sure, why not? And you just want to forget about it and you don't want to deal with the volatility of crypto, sure, great. But if you actually want to make profits, like over the next, couple weeks to 6 months ish, I would not put any money into something that's already gone parabolic, which gold and silver have, or they are currently more than parabolic. So yeah, I mean, if anything, if you needed some extra cash to like for whatever reason, now wouldn't be a bad time. Again, so short term, if you didn't want to hold on to it for the longer term, now wouldn't be a bad time to, not financial advice, just I'm thinking for me, it wouldn't be a bad time to sell some gold and silver. But yeah, just otherwise, just hold it. You'll be fine. What else to do? My fund also stuck in SHIB, Inu, and FLOKI, PEPE also. I don't get what you were asking. Like, how will those do? Is there any future in these? Oh, is there any future in those three memes? Yeah, good question. So I don't follow those as much because I do not hold. I had Shiba once upon a time. Maybe I had FLOKI. I did actually once. I had FLOKI, but now they're all kind of like. They're basically going to move, so the same thing applies to what I said about like XRP, XLM, HBAR, right? Like XLM, HBAR, and Algorand as ISO 222s. They're all going to move with XRP. So the exact same applies for Shiba, FLOKI, PEPE. Those are going to move when the God market, which is Doge, so the number one meme coin, moves. So that's why I'm saying, like, for me, I just don't want to like have to deal with all that stuff. It's easier for me to just buy Doge and forget it, because they're all going to do well once that time comes. And it's the same with XRP. Maybe XRP gets slightly less ROI versus like XLM or HBAR, but like whatever, they're all going to do pretty well. It'll be pretty comparable. So in that sense, I'm very happy, at least for my personal stuff, because I already have too many cryptos anyway. I'm over diversified with those, so I just like to hold Doge. But yeah, I mean, yeah. If you want to just like, if you are holding those other ones, those are also I think those are the other top meme coin, like the largest cap meme coins, right after Doge. So I think those are going to do fine as well. But again, I wouldn't expect anything exciting until Doge starts moving, and then those will move again at the same time, or soon after Doge. Yeah, let's see. Patience is the key. Exactly. Yeah, man. Patience is the key, which is something we have to keep reminding ourselves when Bitcoin keeps breaking below 90K. So yeah, hey, if you've been here through 2025, I will at least say, even with all that, like at least 2026 is starting to be, so far, at least it's better than 2025. We couldn't get much worse than that. So yeah, just patience. We're almost there. All right, I'll start wrapping things up. Yeah, we're almost there. Like I said, again, for you guys, real quick recap, for those of you new that are just joining now. Okay, I'll answer this last question for now. What about Doge ETF? I don't know where. I mean, I assume if it's from like a trustworthy, institution or something, I assume it's fine if it's an alternative to just buying spot Doge. If you just want to buy the ETF, why not? Like I have Ethereum ETF and it moves exactly with the spot price of ETH, right? I think I have Fidelity's. I'm not sure, but yeah, if it's like a good institution, why not? Yeah, crypto cycle. Yes, this crypto cycle has been different. That's why everyone kind of got thrown off, because we thought it would, 2025 would have at least part of the run up, and it didn't really happen, except for a very few exceptions, right? For the most part, 2025 wasn't that great. So yeah, this is a very unpredictable, like the hardest to predict cycle that we've been through so far. Has been easy, but it doesn't mean long term anything has changed. At least not for the for Bitcoin, for ETH, for the blue chip cryptos, like the ones I've been mentioning over and over. Those are still going to do fine. It's just the timing. The timing is the hardest fucking part to predict, which is why it's so hard to make money in crypto, because people aren't patient. Going back to patience, and basically, yeah, my parents, my friends, family, whatever, like they expect to make money yesterday, and when they see it go down, or they read something bad in the news, or some post on some social media thing about some government banning this, or Trump said that, or what, then they get scared and they're like, oh, well, I don't think this is going to do anything. I'm like, okay, well, that's your opinion. I've been through this since 2016, so I've heard it all, I've seen it all, and I just know eventually, at least the blue chips, no, not like the smaller, maybe like some meme coin number 762, or, number position coin 300, whatever. Those are very risky and very unpredictable, and I've definitely lost money and those a lot of those have not come back. But again, that's why that's on this channel why I stress so much about just the most guaranteed, most sure way to make money is just stick to the blue chips. If you're going to be happy with a 500% plus, there's nothing wrong with just getting XRP. Like I don't see how having as close to guaranteed as you can get in crypto by buying XRP under $2 and selling it at close to 10 by, let's say, by August or before. That's pretty good to me, and that's going to get you a lot more ROI than buying gold or silver at the prices they are now. That's for sure. So yeah, I'm originally from near Chicago, from that area, but now I'm traveling Europe. So XVG. Oh, XVG. Yo, XVG. Shout out. Yes, I didn't mention it today because it's not one of my largest holdings, and it is technically it's on the higher risk end because it is a much smaller market cap than any of the blue chips that I've mentioned. Actually, I don't know what number it is in CoinMarket or CoinGecko, but it is a lower cap. But as far as a kind of like let's say slightly riskier one, I think XVG is an amazing buy because it's also, again, same pattern, the same, as I said with the other ones, it's an OG coin. It's been around for many years. It's pumped in like literally every single cycle, right? So it stood the test of time. It hasn't gone down to zero. I mean, it's still, way below its all-time high, just like most other coins are. But the chart, I mean, especially recently, it's been very fucking strong. And it's actually been outperforming a lot of the so-called blue chips that I've met, DOGE, XRPs, Avalanche, Ethereum, whatever. XVG has been outperforming all of those recently. So yeah, as like a kind of a shorter term play, I think it's great. And it's also in the kind of the privacy category. So, privacy has been doing really well. Monero, Zcash, Dash. So XVG has kind of benefited from that. And I love that it has a limited supply. All the coins that are going to be made are already out in circulation. So XVG just can't, like some random meme coin, they can't just dump a bunch on the market, like new you have to buy it from an exchange like that's already out there, right? So that's why I like XVG. If you want something a little bit higher risk but it's not like too risky, yeah, XVG is a great. But I am looking to sell like as soon as we break like a large chunk of it, as soon as we break above that like 0.01 or 0.001 or whatever it is, like the next thing, I'll probably sell like at least, I don't know, half of mine or more, although I think it'll go much higher this year. Like I just I could use the cash right now. Everyone has a different financial position. By the way, I want to just say thank you everyone who's been here. This is more than half an hour. This is the longest live stream I've ever done. I think I'm just really enjoying. Well, I know I'm really enjoying you guys asking questions because I do it random times and a lot of times just there's no one here, so I just say my spiel and I end it. But it's really cool getting to interact and I appreciate because I like teaching and training and it's helping people as much as I can. So I appreciate the questions. It's fun for me to answer those. So yeah, it's great. Let's insane chart and potential. I'm reading out your comments. If it hits 1.618, it will land around 0.3 cent. Are we talking about I guess we're talking about XVG. Oh, by the way, XVG is, I don't think it's on ISO 222. You can comment, or anyone can comment wherever you found that fact that it's ISO 222, because I've never at least heard that XVG is in that basket. Like it doesn't change anything for me. Like it's still has been doing well and it will continue to do well, but I don't think it's an ISO 222 coin, just for what that's worth. Consistency is key. Keep it up. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I know for YouTube, like that's the thing. It's like why my channel has not grown so much recently, just because I've been so busy with like life, And as much as I would love to prioritize this channel and do more, and I will do, like I said, I'm going to do my best. It's not monetized, and I don't have like some product or service I'm selling. Like I have done consultations, kind of like on a case-by-case basis randomly to people who like find me through Discord or whatever. Like I'm happy to do that, by the way, shout out. I'm not like officially offering a package or like pushing that or whatever. So because of that, like I'm not, like I said, I'm not making money doing this right now. Maybe in the future that'd be cool and I would like that. But yeah, I just have to prioritize like, paying the bills, especially when cryptos has been more or less in the shitter. So yeah, I love doing this, but it's like, it's not paying the bills. You know what I mean? So I just do it when I can, when I have time. Hey, yeah, appreciate you. It is 100%. Really? So XVG, so Ekatelfus, I don't know how to say this, 444. is saying, okay, I'll look that up. I will look that up after this. You know what? And I'm going to comment. How about that? I will comment, or you can comment, like I said. But on the video, if XVG is in ISO 200, because I've never heard that. I never heard. That's good to know. I mean, that gives it, if anything, it just gives it more credibility. Not that it needs that to pump, because it's been doing well either way. But that's actually really very cool to know. So thank you for giving me the heads up on that. I did not know that. But yeah, either way, I think Verge XVG is a nice one, especially for now with the chart. It's holding really good support and just making like slightly higher highs and higher lows, right? Which is exactly what we want to see. Okay, wow. So we are at 35 minutes. I got through I could say so much more. I've got through most of my big bags, like some of the long-term holds, the largest bags that I'm holding, and I've answered, I think, everyone's question so far. Of course, you got to throw in another question. Thanks a lot. No, I'm just joking. Same thing for SHX Stronghold coin. Also, okay. I also did not know that. There's a million other cryptos that are out. Like, I can only like talk about what I know. I'm not going to talk about stuff that I'm like not so comfortable with, or not even that I'm not educated on. So I've heard of Stronghold. I've heard SHX. I've never even heard of that. But okay, hey, if they're in ISO 222, like personally, I'm just at the point, like in my life, in my investing career, whatever. Like, I know what is our no-brainer blue chips. I know what's good for me, and but that's not to say that there's going to be a bunch of others that are going to do well that I don't talk about on this channel, right? So those might be examples of those. I just don't know enough to talk about them. But cool, yeah. If they're in that category of the ISO 222 coins, then I'm sure they'll do well. When we get a pump again, and XRP is going to be the leader. When XRP pumps, the rest in those category in the ISO 222 basket will follow. Like Doge, when Doge pumps, the rest of the meme coins will follow. Okay. Same thing with privacy. Zcash pumped, and then a little bit later Monero. But a bunch of the other privacy, coins like Dash, and probably Pirate Chain. No one talks about that. I mean, that's a super small market cap. That's also a privacy coin, and that pumped like crazy too, because it benefited from the privacy narrative being pumped. So that's just kind of how crypto works. But if you go with if the leaders, those usually typically have the lowest risk. Leaders being in the top market caps of that category, right? So it's like buying ETH, where, again, there's also, but it's also, okay, that's a whole nother, I'm trying to stop the stream, but I just keep, and thank you for all those trophies. Wow, 6 trophies, Dilraj. Appreciate you, man. Okay, yeah, I'm getting tired of talking. I'm getting hungry. I want some Indian food. I'll just make myself some eggs probably. But yeah, Indian food, the only thing is it takes so long to make. Like, it's delicious, but it's just like easier when someone else makes it. Like a restaurant. But yeah, I should go out for Indian soon though. All right, guys, thank you again. You're amazing. Like and subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm going to do these as much as I humanly possibly can over the next, like I said, I'm going to shoot for at least 2 a week if I can. Yeah, enjoy your day too. Thanks for hanging out. And it's time for me to eat, and hope you guys, wherever you are in the world, having an amazing, amazing day. All right. And we're definitely, mark my words, we're all going to be very, very happy first week of February. Okay. Come back. If I'm wrong, you can roast me, whatever. I don't think I will be wrong, but I'm definitely planning on selling a lot of shit then. So we'll see if it plays out that way. But yeah. Okay. See you guys.